Let's go! There's one right there. Good afternoon, everyone. It's the dude from the Pacific Northwest bringing you another video of some bow fishing late at night at the swamp. We have our boat ready to launch at our little makeshift boat launch here. Lights are on except for the front ones. And let's have ourselves a successful night. I have a couple hours until I'm supposed to be at work. I'd like to get 2 or 3 good shots on video for you guys and hopefully produce a good video for you guys to enjoy. As always, like, comment, subscribe, any kind of content you guys want to see. I want to try to be more diverse as to the places I go and maybe add some more trout fishing videos or whatever else I can find in the nearby, the areas that I'm nearby. So stay tuned, stick around, let me know what you think. Alright, I'm going to be going to the back corner that I usually like to go to. It's usually an area that's harder for people to access. People will come here on a bigger boat, or people who like to do some shore shooting. So that's where I like to go, as areas that are harder to access, because that's where I feel like I constantly find myself getting lucky with a couple of shots. So let's head in that direction, see what happens today. Hopefully we see something here. Adjust just a little bit more. Slow down the speed. There's one right there. There we go. First one of the night. Let's go. Let's get this thing into the light. Bam! First successful shot of the night. Let's get out the boat. See what we're cooking with here. All right. Boom, that is a good size one too. Let's get ourselves the club, put out of its misery. Good to go. All right. Let's go! Oh man, look at that. Probably about 26 inches. Pretty average for this area. Not a lot of girth. This one's probably, I'd say 2 years old, if I had to guess, but yeah. Awesome fish. Gonna collect that in the waste bin later on. Let's go! All right, so we've been out here not even 5 minutes and I already shot my first one, which is good. It's one of 3 that we try to get every time we come out here. From now on, now it's shallow enough to where I can walk, so I'm going to be walking the boat. I'm going to be using the boats as a light, basically as like a lighting system for me to see, because the water is really clear today. It doesn't look like it from where I'm standing because I just disturbed the mud, but it's clear today, so it should be easy for me to see all the fish. And the yellow lights don't startle it, which is really good. Works in my favor awesomely. The bow is good, it's sharp, so let's keep going. Let's try to get 2 more. I have about an hour before I have to get going to work, so let's try to make it happen. I am triple tasking. 1, I'm holding the bow. 2, I'm trying to record the videos, trying to click only on whenever I see a fish. And I'm also steering my lighting system, which is my boat. Fortunately, I'm light loaded today. I did not have any extra weight, no extra batteries, no nothing. So it's going to be an easy drag, but still adds to the work I have to do, the multitasking that is. All right, so I'm seeing some action here, which is good. I'm gonna start walking a little slower as to not startle anything, and hope that we can find a big one who has the nerve to hide in these reeds and think that I'm gonna pass by him and not notice. Let's just try to sneak up on one. Some movement over there, good, right in front of me. Oh, I just missed. That thonk sound means I hit a rock. It's never a good sound. It means I'm dulling my arrows. Okay. I scared one off. But where there's one, there's plenty. As a rule of thumb for carp, when they spawn, they like to hang out in groups. So if I saw one, that's almost guaranteed that there's a couple more somewhere nearby. Probably some hidden underneath this area. I'm not 100% sure, nor do I want to startle anything, so I'm going to back up and circle this area, see if I can find something in the perimeter. All right, so it's shallows here, pretty calm water, so I'm willing to bet that there's going to be at least one hiding back here. If we see him, oh yeah, as predicted, right there, if he hasn't taken off already. I don't know if you guys can see or not. He's pretty thin, and he just escaped. There he is. Going right underneath the boat. Yeah, but he was too thin. It's not worth the shot. Sometimes you have to make assessments. You have to assume, you know, start thinking to yourself, is it really worth the arrow? Is it worth the tip? You know, if it's a smaller, thinner, or like not such a thick or girthy one, it's usually, as a general rule, I don't like to shoot at it unless I've been out here for hours and I just have no success. So we'll hold out our arrow for a bigger guy. All right, there's usually always something back in this hidden area, so let's see if that still holds true this time around. All right, so there was nothing in the long route that I was talking about, which is fine. You know, I've been lucky every other time. Not the end of the world. So we're gonna keep walking these reeds and hope that we can strike something else instead. Okay, I see one to my right. I don't know if the camera catches it yet or not. Facing at the back. I think I just missed it. All right. Yeah, lucky this time. It was a harder shot to take because his back was facing me, so it gives it the narrow body, so I'm shooting like along the long path as opposed to shooting the wider side of his body. So those shots are always kind of risky, but that fish is going away and I didn't see another one here for a while, so that was like a risk shot assessment I took, and I decided to take that one. I missed, but I didn't disturb too much water, so hopefully we can find another one. All right, so this area is barren. So what we're gonna do is troll our way up the river. I can't walk up it usually because the mud is usually too shallow for me. So let's try to just do as I was doing earlier. All right, we're starting to see some dust clouds being made, which means that, you know, I'm getting near some of them. I'm trying my best to stay in like the more deep area so that I don't get caught in this murky sand. I don't want my trolling motor doing any extra work that it doesn't have to be doing. So we'll stick along the borders and, I don't know, hopefully get lucky. Hopefully something is hiding in the reeds here. It's always harder trying to navigate through this area specifically because of how shallow. I don't know if the camera catches it, but you can see just how shallow, like the sand, or the mud, or whatever you want to call it, is in this area. So just working around it so I can get to a greater destination. Oh, just turned on me, juked me out at the last second. See if I can find them somewhere. There's another one right there. That one's too thin, not worth the shot. Pick the motor up a little bit. Alright, so I'm facing some technical difficulties with my trolling motor. The bolt that holds it straight where the arm is supposed to be facing it has broke again, so I'm going to wing it. And by winging it, I mean I'm gonna have to walk in the sand. My legs are gonna be sore and dead at the end of all this, but I'm dedicated to try to make this happen, so let's adapt, let's overcome. All right, being forced to improvise. I'm walking along the shores here. I saw some reed movement up ahead of me. I'll get there in a sec. But first, we are just going to be walking around this perimeter and hopes that we get to see something just stagnant, just hiding in the reeds, thinking they can take a quick nap, undisturbed, unbothered by people like me. Nothing over there, so we move on. Over here is where I saw some reed movement. Usually reed movement doesn't give you a good tell as to how big it is. You just know that there's something there, because one moment It could be just a small guy causing a big ruckus, lots of energy and stuff in him, or a big guy barely moves the reeds. So you think he's small, then you get there and it's some huge toad, just absolutely at rest. I am winded, but I see one. Booyah. Perfect. Opportunity just presented itself. I couldn't pass up that shot. Look at him. Fighter. Just fighting for his life. Which is fine. I would be doing the same. Alright, come on. Thought you were gonna get away for a second. I'm sure. Oh, I missed. There you go. Just last couple times. Oh yeah. Look at that. Right through its body. That could be a girl, probably pregnant with some eggs, which is exactly, oh yeah, look at that. Which is exactly what we're trying to get rid of. This right here is an invasive species. And let me explain what that means exactly. All right, so I'm located in central Washington. Here's the problem with these, and here's why I do this. This right here is a common carp. And the body of water that I'm in, it has no natural predators. What this thing does is it goes around and it collects eggs from bass, trout, you know, fish that people want to eat, game fish that is, you know, good for eating or smoking or whatever, good for the environment. And this, being the tank that it is, has no natural predators. Has a thick hide, thick shells, so it makes it hard for other fish to try to eat it. And from a young age, they grow to spawn very, very quickly. One female common carp can spawn as much as 200,000 eggs. Just one of these. So you can imagine how that could easily multiply over a couple of years. These were introduced into the lake that I'm in originally to try to clean the blue algae that grows here, but have gone so out of control. And now it's gotten to a point where you don't need a fishing license. You don't need anything to kill these things. No size limit, no bag limit, nothing. Just get them out the water by any means except gill net. You can't get them out with the gill net. Because the worry there is if you use a gill net, you would, you know, say I catch you with the net and I take that net to a different lake, different body of water, and I could introduce fertilized eggs into another lake, which would cause the same issue all over again. So to some people, what it seems like I'm doing is, you know, harmful or bad or, you know, reckless, but believe me, I do more for the environment by doing this than those complaining about the environment and do absolutely nothing to benefit it. So just some information for you guys there. And for the record, that fish, I have a tub. I go around the full perimeter that I was at and I collect them and take them to a farmer. He mulches them up and he uses them as fertilizer. So trust me, that's going to get used in one way or another. And any fish that I miss, coyotes or other species come on by and they feed off of it. So really no waste there. Better out there than in the water. Trust me. All right, we have reset. Arrow's good to go. Bow's good to go. Let's move on to the next one. That is 2. We're trying to get 3. I have a little bit of time left. Let's try to get one more. I am absolutely winded from walking in the mud just to get back to the area I came from. I mean, some areas it's like compacted sand, so you know it's easier to walk in. Other areas, just like what I just stepped in, quicksand. You put your foot in there, and next thing you know, you're up to your knees in sand and mud, and you're wrestling with it. I might just go ahead, hop on the boat, ride the current down to a different area that's easier to walk. Regardless of what kind of fish I might run into, I might go ahead and just let the ones up here live for the sake of energy consumption and time management. Oh yeah, this is way better than walking it. I just see where the current takes me, and hopefully by the time I get to the end I can start walking. And for those of you who didn't tune in earlier, trolling down like this is because I had technical difficulties with my trolling motor, so I'm now just walking the boat, if not cruising down the current. So just to bring you up to speed. We're finally at a more manageable area. It's easier to walk here. It's like a more compacted like gravel at the bottom, and we're just not as muddy. So this area I can already take the time and effort to walk, which is good. In plain sight. Right into his stomach. Come on, buddy. He got away. I shot a hair too low. He's definitely gonna bleed out and die, which is unfortunate that I can't retrieve him out of the water. But yeah, that was a clear hit. This is about the time into fishing where our time is limited. And at this point, we're just kind of, if we see something that we can hit, we're taking the shot. Regardless of size, girth, length, we're gonna try to do what we can to see a carp, hit it, and retrieve it out the water. Okay, so something disturbed in there. Let's walk, let's retrace our steps. If there's one, there's plenty. So let's see if we can find where he's hiding and take that shot. Okay, so the reeds are moving right here. Problem is, I can't see him. Not even like a little part of him. Let's try to move these weeds over, see if we can see a spine or something. See? You can see the bubbling. He's definitely there. I just see now the reed's moving there, so he's slowly making his way north of where I am. Let's see if we can at least scare him out of here and into the public water. It'll be easier to shoot him. Come on, get out of here. Another one I startled off. Probably two of them I startled off. Hopefully I startled them. Oh, see, now they're behind me. At this point it's like they're mocking me. Oh, there's no real shot of hitting those without messing up my arrow or losing my arrow. So I'll let those suckers live. Let's move on to a more achievable shot. That's my work clock. So we're gonna do the perimeter on our way out of the water. And that's it. Time to go to work. I definitely don't wanna take my time here because I set that alarm to give me enough time to get this thing back to the trailer, get home, shower before I go to work. Because believe me, you may not be able to smell it through the video, but this water is nasty. It's like a blue algae. The best way to describe it is if you've ever been to hot springs and smelt rotten eggs, that's exactly what this water smells like. And believe me, nobody wants to work alongside somebody who constantly smells like rotten eggs. Believe me. And I definitely don't want to set that as my reputation. Saw some movement. This is our last shot. If we can just see something down in the reeds. Don't need a lot of evidence, just enough. Just enough to make it worth the shot. I don't want to fish in there. I just don't have the time for it today. Well, good chance I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same spot, same idea, same hunt. Last little open area in these reeds, and straight shot to the trailer. I missed. There was one there, but I missed him, unfortunately. He was going away, back was facing towards me. But again, we're at the time of night where we take shots at anything. Not seeing nothing. Oh, I just stepped on one. What a disgusting feeling. It's like a slimy, it almost feels like a snake between your legs. That's all, folks. That's all we have time for today. All right. Well, that was fun. All right, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm limited by my time today. It's gonna be a short video, unfortunately, because I have to get going to work soon. I have to get home, put everything away, shower. The last thing I wanna do is come to work smelling like rotten eggs and dead carp. Believe me, you don't wanna be that person. So leave a like, comment, share these videos with anybody who you think might be interested. Those who are joining now to the channel from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, however you found me, leave a comment, let me know below how you came across my channel, through a friend, recommendation, whatever, just so I know what's working, what's not working. And to all 75 subscribers that are watching this video, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. The channel is growing faster than I thought it would, and I've only been doing this for about a month or two. Even though most of you are family, I'm very, very appreciative of every single one of you. I'm gonna try to diversify my account by adding more trout fishing and whatever I can, but I'm again limited by YouTube and work and free time, so I'll do what I can. So to every single one of you, thank you for joining this channel. I'm gonna make a trailer that summarizes everything I'm trying to do on this channel and why I do it. And as always, I'm the dude. See you in the next one.